Hi, my friends. This is Mrs. Alexander. Today, we're going to add expressions and new operators in our TechSmart programs. We will learn to increase the possibilities of our assignment operator. And I know this because of our success criteria. I can demonstrate how to write Python code to change the value of a number by working with our numbers, such as integers and floats, using this introduction to operators. So let's go look at our stuff. In this lesson, we'll increase what we can do with our assignment operator by adding expressions and new operators. This is our learning target for the lesson. We're going to start working with our numbers, integers, and floats. An expression is an incomplete piece of code. When an expression is plugged into a full line, it's called a statement. So here's some examples of expressions. Each one produces a value. The first one produces an integer or a float. The second one produces a string. And then the third one produces a yes or no value. None of these expressions is a complete line of code. Notice that all of them have a puzzle piece on the left, showing that they need to be plugged into something. Places that we can plug the expressions in is setting a variable, printing, asking a question with a conditional. All of these expressions use some kind of operator. They take at least one value and do something with it. For example, adding numbers together, combining words and text in a sentence, checking if two things are equal. For now, we'll start with just the math operators. Most of our math operators are all in the same block. This block lets us do addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. The symbol in the middle of this block is the operator. It determines how the values are changed. For any of these four operators, we can just type the operator between the two values. Usually at least one value is a variable name, but we can also type numbers, floats, or integers directly. So let's go and look at an example. We're going to go to our code. We got to select the main program. Before I start any typing or anything like that, let's go see what we have. So right here we have, breeze and a balloon. Look at that. I have to hit the space bar and it goes up. That's kind of cool. Okay, so let's go look and see what we're going to change. It says in every frame, replace the two lines under hashtag calculate the sprites position. So right here, I'm not going to take them out quite yet. I'm going to leave them there so we can see the difference. So the first one says balloon underscore y equals balloon underscore start minus wind underscore power. And then we'll do it again. We have basket underscore y equals balloon underscore y plus basket underscore offset. Now that I've rewritten these, I'm going to go ahead, we can delete them and run the program, make sure nothing went off. Look at that. It's still going. That's kind of cool. Okay, this expression on the right calculates the number, and then the assignment operator, the equal sign, stores the results in a variable. Let's go back to our slides and see what we do next. This is getting exciting. Another operator we use fairly often. Let me catch this back up. Another operator we use fairly often is negative. It's also known as a unary minus because it only affects one value. We use this to switch a number variable to its opposite, make a negative number positive, or make a positive number negative. Just like the other operators, we can just type the symbol in front of the variable to use it. This will automatically change the variable to its opposite value on the number line. So let's go back to our code and see what we can do. We're going to replace the line in every 1 second. So I'm going to scroll down. right there every 1 second. I'm going to click here and hit enter, and then we're going to change it. Basket underscore speed equals negative basket underscore speed. Okay, now I'm going to take it off. This says take basket speed and change it to its opposite. It will make the basket change direction every second. The negative sign is the operator. Together with the variable it is changing, it makes an expression. On its own, this does nothing. But when plugged into the variable assignment, it changes the value of the variable. Let's go run and see what happens. I don't know, but it looks pretty good. Still running. Okay, let's go back to our slides and see what we get to do next. This is getting to be fun. Here we go. Increment is a technique we learned in one of our earliest lessons. Increment is increase a variable by an amount. We increment whenever we want to permanently change the value of a variable. In this case, this code would cause Breeze to get faster every 5 seconds. This process involves 3 steps, represented by the 3 blocks. Get the old speed value out of the variable, add 150 to it, store the result of the expression back in speed. This doesn't have to be used with just addition. Any of the math operators can be used this way. They have different names depending on what you're doing. Addition is increment by, subtraction is decrement by, multiplication and division don't have special names. They are just multiply by and then divide by. Let's keep going. Changing a value and assigning it back to the same variable is something we do very, very often in coding. Because of this, there's a special shortcut syntax that we can use to write this quickly. That's going to be fun to learn. This is the increment by syntax. The variable name is on the left. The value we want to change it by is on the right. In the middle, we have a special operator. The first symbol is what to do. So adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing. The second symbol is always an equal sign to show that we are assigning back to the same variable. So let's go check this one out. I'm going to go back to code. We're going to replace line 31. Okay, right here, line 31. So I'm going to click right here and hit enter. We're going to write wind underscore power. And look at that, we're doing subtraction. So I'm going to subtract equals and 1. This symbol in front of the equals should be whatever math operator we're using. And it looks like we're doing subtraction. I'm going to delete that. And then we're going to change 2 more and 1 space key is pressed. So we have this wind power plus 20 and gust plus 1. So I'm going to go right there and insert. We're going to say wind underscore power. We're going to go plus equals 20. Oops. Oh, 20. And then we're going to do gust plus equals 1. And then right now I'm going to quick delete these 2 because we just rewrote them. And we're going to push play, see if it worked. It did work. That's kind of cool. Let's keep going, you guys. Let's get back to our slides. See what else we can do. So here we go. Modulus. Modulus is a special new symbol that we haven't used yet in Skylark. We won't use it that often yet, but it is a very valuable symbol to know for coding. That's kind of cool to know. Modulus gets the remainder. So for instance, let's say we want to take this group of blocks and mod it by 3. That means that we divide it into groups of 3 until there aren't any more full groups of 3 left. The number of blocks left over is our result. So in this case, 8 blocks makes 2 full groups of 3. There are 2 blocks left over, which is the result we are looking for. So we say that 8 mod 3 is equal to 2. This is useful for finding remainders, but can also be used for seeing if a number is odd or even, finding factors for numbers, repeating something every X number of times, making a number repeat instead of counting up forever. That's kind of cool. The modulus syntax is the percent sign. Usually there's a variable on the left of this operator and a typed number on the right, but it doesn't have to be that way. This operator asks the question, when you take the value on the left and divide it evenly by the value on the right, how much is left over? Just like the other math operators, we can also combine it with an equal sign as a shortcut if the lines uses the same variable twice. So let's go and try some of this. Go to our code. Let's change this code so that instead of just counting up the number of gusts Breeze has made, she just repeats counting 1 to 4 over and over. If we take the number and divide it by 4, what are the possible remainders? Right, 0, 1, 2, 3. Very good. So right here underneath when space key is pressed, after incrementing gusts, so right here, we're going to hit enter and we're going to say count equals gust, the percent sign with just shift 5, and then write a 4. And then in the space, we need to change the variable from gust to count. There we go. So let's run it and see if we're just going to get 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0. That's kind of cool because 4 can go into 4 one time. This gives us the values of 0 to 3. So if we want 1 to 4, we just need to add 1 to the result. We want the mod to happen when then the addition. In both math and programming, you can specify what should happen first by adding parentheses around that part of the expression. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to change our count line. Ready? We're going to say count, and then we're going to put parentheses around, around gust and 4, and we're going to add 1. What do you think's going to happen, you guys? I'm not too sure. Let's go push play and find out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we don't get a 0 now. That's kind of cool. Let's keep going and see what we have next. I'm going to go back to our slides. Oh, all done, you guys. We just learned a lot about this stuff. I know it's a lot. Take it in. We're just changing a lot of code from block to typing. You guys have been doing an amazing job. Keep it up. Take your time. Make those mistakes and let's learn and have fun. Remember to smile, giggle, and wiggle. I'll talk to you later. Bye.